Rambo here. Welcome back to Rambo's Whiskey Reviews. Today, I'm going to share with you one of my most absolute pleasures there is in the world of bourbon. One of my favorite bourbons, absolutely, and that's Hancock's President's Reserve. Let's get one ready, let's talk about it, and let's enjoy a pour together. We'll leave the cork out among friends. Hancock's President's Reserve. From Buffalo Trace Distillery, it's one of the most unassuming bottles you'll ever see on a liquor store shelf. That is, of course, if you can find it on a liquor store shelf. It's something my wife introduced me to a few years ago. She was on a wonderful vacation with friends. She said, I needed something to bring back to my husband that he's going to love, and she did. So Hancock's is a bottle that she introduced me to by happenstance, and it is a beautiful whiskey. It is the Buffalo Trace No. 2 High Rye Mash Bill. And this whiskey is just something that I get a bottle whenever I possibly can. And when I'm out and about, if I find it on a shelf at some of my favorite whiskey bars, I drink it there simply because I'm drinking somebody else's Hancock's and I don't have to drink mine because it's that hard to find. Wonderful. I do everything I can to find a bottle, and so I'm going to talk to you and share this one with me. It comes in at 88.9 proof. It is a single barrel out of that, and for those of you that are familiar with the High Rye Mash Bill at Buffalo Trace, that single barrel collection very much produces a lot of other familiar products that you may or may not know. It starts off at the mass marketed Blanton's, the higher market than that mass of the Rock Hill Farms, this Hancock's Presidential Reserve, and the most reserve sought after in the collection of the Elmer T. Lee product. All of those are single barrel products at various age, flavor profiles that come out of the same locations at the distillery, the same rickhouses. This, my friends, is without an age statement. However, it's thought to be in the range of 10 to 11 years in most circumstances. That does border on the range of that the Elmer T. Lee becomes at the 11 to 13 years. So it's that same type of range, same type of a thing. For reference, for those of you that do drink Blanton's tends to be the 5 to 7 year range of the age in that rickhouse. So I'm going to smell this. And the first thing I'm going to tell you about is there is a much higher amount of effervescence than you would ever believe that should be at the 88.9 proof. This product carries that age ahead and is very forward in the age of it. So you can, those of you that know what I talk about in whiskey, there's young whiskey and there's old whiskey, and this is definitely old whiskey. I smell soft leather, caramel, vanilla. A beautiful sweetness, but it's not overpowering. A little bit of floral essence, but this is not a walk in a meadow. It's aged old wood, leather together. It's got a perfectness that it's unbelievable. As we taste it, very mellow. That warmth comes in your mouth, in the top of your throat, but it is not a Kentucky hug. It is not something that sets you back sometimes in the older high proof bourbons. It is very smooth, mellow with that. We'll go a little deeper on the taste. Everything that was there in the nose comes on forward. The caramel, the vanilla, the age. You get a little bit of the rye flavoring, but it is not a spicy, in-your-face, high rye bourbon. The aging together with the rye for flavor, everything comes around and says, this is my favorite bourbon, period. There's others I love to get, but this is my absolute favorite bourbon. If you ever have a chance, get yourself some of the Hancock's President's Reserve. It's beautiful, wonderful, my favorite bourbon, and I hope one day it can be yours too.